Hey, I'm here with UFC bantamweight Johnny Munoz. He's fighting Daniel Santos Saturday at UFC 288. Right now, the bout order, it's not finalized, but you're slated to be the first fight on the entire card. What do you think about opening up the show like that?
Hey, if I ain't going last, I'd rather go first, dude. Get the fuck out of there. Get paid and fucking enjoy myself after. That's my philosophy. If I ain't going last, put me first.
So
I think
after your
Brock Lesnar said that once.
so after your fight, do you have any plans to stick around, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go back to the hotel room. I don't know, fucking read a book or something, or go for a jog. I don't fucking. I'm in New York, so I want to explore the city a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh, New York City's pretty close, 20 minutes away. So I might go over there, check out everything over there. That's what I want to do.
yeah. I am from New Jersey myself, and I don't know how much exploring you want to do in Newark, New Jersey, but
Yeah,
New
I've
York
heard.
City.
I've heard. So is it pretty bad?
Yeah, I don't think it's the best city to explore, but New York City, that's probably better use of your time.
That's where I'm ahead. What about the Soprano? You know what the Sopranos is? The
Yeah,
Sopranos.
yeah,
What about is that that's pretty popular in New York? No.
yeah. No, they were right up there in northern New Jersey. That's pretty much where the show was built. So you can do some sightseeing and pretend like you're in the Sopranos.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but you are so you were 10-0 before you got to the UFC, and you've held your own since getting there. You're 2-2. What was the main differences you experienced making the jump?
Mm, I think I just everyone's like everyone knows a little bit of everything. You know, you make it to the UFC, you're fighting top prospects from wherever they came from. You know, so everyone's tough. I always say like anytime you watch UFC fights, even guys you see get fucking annihilated their first fight in the UFC, like where they get knocked out quick. Like that guy's tough. It just shit happens in this game. You know what I mean? But everybody came from a different show. They were a prospect, so it's like now we're all here to find out who's the best and keep climbing the ladder within the organization.
So this fight against Daniel Santos, the betting odds makers have you as a slight underdog. You're plus 132. What do you make about being the underdog in this fight?
Yeah, I don't really pay much attention to that bullshit. You know what I mean? To me, it's a fight. I'm going in a fight. It's two men going into a fight. He's trying to hurt me. I'm trying to hurt him. You know what I mean? So my mentality is like, fuck him. You know what I mean? We could be respectful after the fight, but I put in a lot of hours. I make a lot of sacrifices. I do a lot of traveling. Like I'm always in Mexico. That's where most of the fight camps been in Mexico, down Tijuana, which is like 2.5 hours from my house. So I'm staying down there. A lot. So it's a lot of sacrifices I'm making. You know what I mean? I got to come home to my family. My life's more important. So I got to go in there and hurt this man because if I don't, he's trying to do the same to me. So there's no all this like nice guy bullshit like touch and hugs they do during the fights. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? I don't like this guy. I want to hurt him. Afterwards, we could be cool. If you don't, it is what it is. Like it's a sport. I'm all about respect, the martial art way, but preparing for the fight, I'm just really focused on his movements and what I'm going to do to him, and that's coming out with the victory.
So going off that, are you one of those guys that in preparation for the fight, you're generally of the mentality that you have to not like the guy you're fighting? It doesn't matter who they are, what they've said. You could love them, but if you're fighting, you have to dislike this guy.
It's not that I have to dislike him. Like I don't have to like sit there and be like, I gotta find a way to hate this guy. I just think I just know the reality of what we're getting ourselves into. You know what I mean? This is not. We're not playing golf like this. We're not playing like this is a fucking dangerous game. You know, I mean, you could die in there. You know, you could. I mean, fighting is so dangerous. You know what I mean? So, but I'm aware of that, and I know what I'm getting myself into, and that's why I take this very seriously. Like I'm preparing to be the best version of myself on May 6th against another man. And men are dangerous throughout history, man. Men are like the number one killer in this world is a man. It's not it's like man's the most dangerous animal on the planet. So I'm getting locked in there with another man. So I got to be more dangerous so I could come out alive. That's just my mentality. I know what we're getting ourselves into. It's dangerous, and I got to be first.
Yeah, for sure. So you mentioned doing the camp in Tijuana. What's behind the decision to do it down there?
I mean, I've been training down there since like 2021, like the beginning of 2021. Uh, me and like me and Brandon Moreno, that's how that kind of originally started. I was friends with him. He invited me one day to train down there, and ever since then, I just kind of like I like the gym, the environment there. There's a lot of guys to spar with, different styles from all over Latin America. Even some guys from Europe are over there, and yeah, it's a good place to train at. And Tijuana's it could be a rough city, you know what I mean? So it's like you're you're focused on training. That's all I do. I literally wake up, eat, gym, come back, eat, rest, gym. That's all I do. You know what I mean? When I'm down there. Uh, so it's just like I could focus. I'm making like a sacrifice doing that. And like I have a place over there. I stay down there. So I'm still training over here in California as well. But like there's been times like okay, I'll be in TJ a week and a half. Okay, then I'll come home a couple of days, then I go back. And but yeah, it's just like it's a good environment to train down there, and I feel like I can really zone in. And a lot of the guys are just killers down at the gym down there.
Yeah, and it seems like an awesome environment to train in. I want to ask you about something you tweeted. You tweeted, "As a man, don't focus on being happy. Focus on being successful." What did you really mean by that? And was there any specific event that inspired that tweet?
Yeah, I do. You know, I'm a philosophical guy. I like to read a lot. You know what I mean? I read a lot, uh, just different books and stuff. But I was reading some, and that's like something that came to my mind. Because sometimes I'll read and try to break it down, like the meaning of it, and it just came to my mind. And I'm just like that with words. Like I get fascinated by philosophy, and then what I'm thinking, how I'm interpreting that in my head, and then I'll go tweet something like that. But I just feel because as a man, uh, like depression's a big thing for men. You know what I mean? Like a lot of like guys like commit suicide. Depression's a thing. You know what I mean? Uh, and I don't want. I have another belief on depression as well, but I don't want to go off topic. But yeah, I just feel a lot of people and try to be happy. Like they're trying. I want to be happy. Like I want to be out. I want to be happy. But it's not about being happy. It's about being successful. If you're successful, everything is gonna fall in line. But everyone's focused on how can I be happy, and it's usually broke motherfuckers that live in like in like shitty areas. Like they're wondering why they're broke or stuff like that. But it's like, okay, what are you doing to change? You know what I mean? You got to do something that's going to change your living condition, whatever. Okay, find something that you're good at. Go there, do that, be successful, and that's what's going to lead you to true happiness. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I really meant by that. Most people are too focused on being happy rather than being successful. You focus on being happy, you're going to be in the same shithole problem your whole life. But if you focus on being successful, and being successful is taking action, I want to go out there and do this. I might get a job. I'm going to go save money. I'm going to put money away. Now I can buy this and that. Now I'm climbing up. I'm being successful now, up the ladder in society. And I think that's what I was really going for, because I think a lot of people nowadays, they're trying to figure out the secret to everything. I want to be happy, but it's just really little baby steps to be successful.
Yeah, that's a really interesting perspective. On the topic of your Twitter, are you aware that John Cena follows you, and how did that come about? If you do know.
Yeah, actually, I noticed that after my last fight, I seen John Cena. He followed me on there. I was like, what the fuck? It threw me off. I was like, you can't, Mister, you can't see me. Uh, but yeah, I thought it was very interesting. He gave me a follow on there. He's a mega superstar in pro wrestling. I just in entertainment, so it's cool. John Cena, the master of thugonomics.
Yeah, I mean, you must have done something to impress him in one of your fights. So that's really awesome. So, I mean,
Yeah,
thank you so much for taking the time today. This was awesome. You are a fascinating guy. Fighting Daniel Santos on Saturday, UFC 288. I got to get a prediction. How's this one going to go down?
man. So this might be philosophical too, but usually coming up into fights, I always look at a couple different scenarios, three scenarios how I'm gonna win the fight. But instead of me telling you, why don't I just show you May 6th and you'll see.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Johnny. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.